Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. As tonight, they take on the Westwood Wolverines. The Hillers are 1-1 on the season after capturing wins on the road this past Monday against Ashland as they look to get another victory here today. They are taking on the Westwood Wolverines. Tom Nappy on the call. I'm also doing camera, folks, so bear with me. I will be multitasking a little bit. Jack Arthur is on the mound for the Hillers, and we are set to go here on this beautiful spring day at the Hopkinton High School fields. We have Hiller baseball, Hiller softball, and outdoor track all live now as Arthur delivers. First pitch in there for a strike. That is an 0-1 count to the first hitter for the Wolverines. And we're working on getting lineups, folks. At the plate for Westwood, that's Elliot Harris. And that pitch outside, 1-1. Behind the plate, you got Peter Mahan for the Hillers. Jack Arthur on the Hillers. There's a strike. Over at first, Eric Hatherley. Donnelly at second, Ruff at shortstop, Hodney at third. From left to right, Gallego, Pedroli, and McCann for the Hillers. 2-2 count on Elliot Harris. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout to start the day off. Actually, they're going to say it's going to be strike two. It looks like scoreboard was off, 2-2. May have got a piece of that as well. There's a ball. Line up and the pitch. Outside, it's going to be a walk. So leadoff walk for Elliot Harris. That is going to bring up Jonathan Bertone. Line up and the pitch outside. 1-0. Arthur is set to deliver. Checking at first, runner back safe. It's a beautiful day today. Temperatures in the high 60s for this Hiller baseball game. Checking at first once again, runner back safe. From the stretch is Arthur. That pitch slightly outside, 2-0. The Hillers, they lost to Norwood 2-0 and defeated Ashland 7-3. So they're only 2 games so far. And a back pick over to first, and the runner back safe. Last pitch a ball, 3-0. Arthur set the deal. There's a strike. Another strike there. That'll fill up the count as Arthur battles back. Arthur so far this season has pitched just 1 inning. That's fouled off. Steve Simos back on the bench this year for the Hopkinton Hillers in an assistant coach role under the second-year head coach Matt Anderson. Checking at first, runner back safe. It'll be a bit of a limited camera view today, folks, as I am doing some multitasking, but certainly doing my best to keep you informed of what's going on as that pitch is fouled away. A big win for Hiller boys lacrosse last night as they took down Westwood in overtime. Final score of 11-10 in that one. And how about Hiller boys lacrosse starting off the season 3-0? Wind up and the pitch, fouled away. Count remains full. Arthur set to deal. Jonathan Bertone at the plate. He's a junior. Correction, a sophomore. That pitch inside, another walk, second straight walk for Westwood. They have 2 on. Jonathan Bertone at the plate. He's a junior. Correction, a sophomore. And that is going to bring up Alexander Dayton for Westboro. Little conference on the mound. Coach Anderson checking in on his pitcher. Two on, no outs for the Wolverines here in the top of the first. Wind up and the pitch. And this is going to be hit up the left side, and that is going to be a base hit for Westwood. Here comes one run in to score. And now the hitter thought about heading to second, turns back towards first. A 1-0 lead for the Wolverines. So you could mark that as an RBI single for Dayton. Harris scores. Bertone up to third. Now we have the cleanup man at the plate. That is Luke Chandler. Well, a bit of a rough start so far for Arthur. There's a ball, 1-1. Arthur working from the stretch, runners on the corners, still no outs. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Both runners with a slight lead. As that pitch outside, the catcher throws up, runner safe at second. Here comes a run to score, 2-0 Westwood. Coming around is Dayton. On the attempted throw out by Mahone. Line up in the pitch. Outside there. Set to deliver. Outside, another walk given up by Arthur. Runners once again on first and third. You got Dayton over at third. Chandler goes to first. And now we have the fifth man in the lineup at the plate. And that is Devin Hunt. Hiller softball update. They currently trail Westwood as well, 2-0 in the first inning. We also have the stream of that game going out. All H-Camp crew today covering these three games. Mike Terosian on outdoor track. Matt Clark over at softball. I'm Tom Nappy, of course, here at baseball, swing and a miss. And there is a well-needed out for the Hillers. So Hunt goes down by way of the K. And now coming up to the plate, Andrew Donegan. Count is 0-2. one inside, 1-2. And this is going to be into left field for a hit, and a run scores for the Wolverines. Good piece of hitting there by Andrew Donegan as he singles into left field, driving in another Wolverines run. Line up and the pitch. At the plate now you have Charles Martin. Gets a piece of this one, left side. And it's going to get away from everybody. Some fielding mishaps, and everyone's going to be safe. Oh, no, they got the play at first, excuse me. And that'll end the inning as the Hillers get out of it, but Westwood plates 3 runs, and we will head to the bottom of the first on HCAM. We are ready for the bottom of the first inning. Hillers coming up. Keenan, the second baseman, to lead things off. Line up and the pitch. Here's the ball, 1-0. On the mound for Westwood, that's number 14, Devin Hunt. One and one the count as that's fouled away. Two and one. hit up the right side, foul, 2-2. So just to recap that top of the first, a little bit of confusion on my part as I'm trying to multitask here. He's hit with the pitch. So Keenan gets the badge of honor. He'll head down to first base. That'll bring up Nick Pajoli, the center fielder. Checking at first, ball gonna get away. Keenan is going to advance to second. So an advance on the error. In that first inning, for those 3 outs, you had Hunt strike out. Donegan actually had a sacrifice fly out into right field, which would score the 3rd run, and then it was a ground out by Martin to retire the side for Westwood. Runner on second for the Hillers, squaring the bunt. That's fouled off, 0-1. Set to deliver, outside. 1-1. Wind up in the pitch by Hunt. Another pitch outside, 2-1. Wind up and the pitch. And this is hit in the air left field and caught in foul territory. Runner trying to advance to third from second, and he will get there. Some good base running there. That'll bring up Dylan Ruff. There's a strike. Set to deliver. Strike 2. Wind up and the pitch. That one is outside. And this is hit up the middle. And it is fielded by the diving second baseman. Throw to first, not in time. He beats it out, and a run scores. An RBI single for Ruff as Keenan comes around to score. And that'll make it a 3-1 game. Now at the plate, you got Charlie Petruni. One and one the count. So Keenan McDonald gets the first score of the game, and now a steal by Dylan Ruff. He's at second. One out, one on for the Hillers. 2-1 the count on Petruni. And he's going to put this one up the left side. Throw to first. They'll get the out there, but Ruff is up to third. So 4-3 out for Petruni. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Peter Mahan. And that's fouled away. 0-1. One and one the count. Two and one. Two and two. The 2-2. That's going to get away from the catcher, and a run coming home, and he's safe. Dylan Ruff comes around to score, and it's a 3-2 game. Full count on Mahone. Base is now clear for the Hillers. And there's strike three, and that'll wrap up the first inning. Well, Westwood scores 3 on the top of the first. Hillers strike back with 2. We got ourselves a battle here at Hopkinton High School, top of the second. Up next on HCAM. just about ready to go for the top of the second inning. A 3-2 game. That's Arthur back out there on the hill. Jake Quinn at the plate for Westwood. And this is up the right side. Throw to first. And did they get him? Yes, they did. Nice diving play there. 4-3 on the out. That'll bring up the bottom of the order for Westwood. At the plate, Thomas Teixeira. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. At the plate, Thomas Teixeira. And there is a strikeout, 2 away. Some good pitching there. Back to the top of the order. Elliott Harris to the plate. First pitch to the leadoff man in there for a strike, grabs the outer corner. 0-1. Outside. There's a strike, 1-2. Set to deliver. Up the middle it goes, and that'll trickle into center field for a base hit. There's a 2-out single by the leadoff man, Elliott Harris. And now here comes Jonathan Bertone to the plate. Outside, checking at first, runner slides back safe. Fouled off. Runner from first gets a quick, or try to steal second, has to go back. A little late getting off the bag. Bertone walked in the first inning. Hiller softball update. It's now 2-1. Westwood leading the Hillers. They're in the third inning. Line up and the pitch. And outside for a ball, and Harris will indeed get the steal. So it's now runner on second, 2 outs, 2-2 the count. Set to deal. Outside, full count. Hit in the air over towards center, and it is caught for the final out. So despite the man reaching, the Hillers get out of it. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It is a 3-2 Westwood lead here on HCAM. At the start of the inning, first pitch to Nolan Huang, the third baseman, outside for a ball. And Huang is going to put this one into left field for a base hit. He's aboard with a single. Correction, that was Hodney at the plate with the single. Must have been a late change from the lineup we received. Or Hodney might be the designated hitter. Checking out first, runner back safe. Sean McCann at the plate now, the right fielder. Lucas Hodney, a nice piece of hitting to start off the inning. And he's going to take off and slide into second, and he's safe as the ball got away from the catcher. Right up in the pitch, and this is tattooed into left field, and Hodney will advance to third. Over to first goes McCann. A nice piece of hitting there. 2 on, no outs for the Hillers. Derek Hatherley set to come up to the plate. A pitch in there for a strike. Inside on Hatherley. Runner from first advances to second. They'll give him the free pass. Lucas Hodney just waiting at third. Hodney has a lot of speed. You don't want to risk trying to throw out McCann and have Hodney come around and score. Check swing, couldn't hold. There's a strike, 1-2. That pitch down low, 2-2. Gets a piece of this one, foul up the left side. A pitch outside, and the count is full. And he'll draw the walk. Bases are full of Hillers. No outs. That'll bring up Jack Gallego, the left fielder. We'll get a mound visit now from the Westwood coaches. They want to have a chat with Hunt. Gotta imagine that pitch count getting up there. In fact, we can tell you what it is. 31 pitches so far for Hunt. Set to deliver. Up high. 1-0. Big opportunity for the Hillers to claim the lead here. There's a strike. 1-1. Hillers softball remains trailing Westwood in the third, 2-1. Line up and the pitch, a swing and a miss. There's a strike. 1-2. Top of the order due up next for the Hillers. And that one just a hair outside. 2-2. Set to deliver outside, full count. A walk here would score a run. And he will get a piece of this up the third base side. It's foul. Hit high in the air over to center field and caught. Runner from third is going to tag the throw in. Cut off, throw home. They do not get him. Honey slides in with the game-tying run. So a sacrifice RBI flyout for Gallego. And just like that, we're knotted at 3 apiece. Top of the order coming up for the Hillers. Here is Keenan McDonald, the second baseman. Keenan McDonald, new addition to the team this year, expected to do big things in that leadoff spot. A lot of speed. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Line up and the pitch. And this is ripped up the left side, and it looks like they'll get an out at third. And another run will score. Actually, correction, no runs scored there. As they just get the out at third, so McDonald reaches on the fielder's choice for the second out. There's Nick Pedroli at the plate. So you got Hatherley on second, Gallego on first. Big defensive play there for Westwood to cut off the leadoff man. The lead man on the base pass as that one's fouled away. Pedroli 0 for 1 so far today. Flew out in the first inning. Line up and the pitch. Outside, 1-2. Set to deliver. And this is a chopper up the right side. And they'll get the out at first, and that'll wrap up the inning. But the Hillers have tied things up. We will head to the top of the third with the score. Hopkinton 3, Westwood 3 here on HCAM. continue on into the top of the third. Dayton will lead things off for Westwood, the center fielder. Alex Dayton, he had an RBI single back in the first inning. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Westwood. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call here tonight and running camera for this one. As that's fouled away, you'll notice the limited camera work we have going. But happy to be able to bring you this game. And if anyone out there would like to learn how to run a camera, we could certainly use some people this spring with our busy schedule. 3 games today, Hiller softball, outdoor track and field, and of course this game here, 1 and 2 count on Dayton. And this is going to be up the middle, glove by the shortstop, throw to first, will get away, but the runner's going to stay at first. Now, that was a tough play to make. There was no harm because of the throw. So I'm going to score that a single for Dayton, rather than reaching on an error. That brings up Luke Chandler. Check in at first, runner back safe. We have a couple government meetings we're covering tonight as well on the HCAM channel, so the full crew at work tonight. And pitch outside, 1-0 to Chandler. Set to deliver. Just outside. 2-0. Checking at first, runner back safe. Jack Arthur, so far, he's been busy. He has thrown 56 pitches. Some good news from Hiller softball. They have tied things up with Westwood. It's now a 2-2 game in the fourth. Hiller softball off to a nice start this season. They're 2-0 as well. They defeated Norwood and Ashland. And Norwood at home, Ashland on the road. That pitch inside, runner from first takes off. He'll have the steal. Easy steal for Dayton. Arthur working from the stretch. And that is going to be strike 3. 1 away, and that'll bring up Devin Hunt, the pitcher. Hunt so far has struck out. Runner on second, 1 out for Westwood. Here's a strike, 0-1. The lights starting to come on here at the turf field. Leg lift and the pitch. There's strike 2. Grabs the outer corner, 0-2. Fouled off into the backstop. The 0-2, a little high. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's fouled off up the right side. Count remains 1-2. Set to deliver. Outside, runner from second takes off for third, and he is safe. Gets a stolen base, and he might be a little shooken up. He slid in there hard. And they might need to bring the trainers out to take a look at Dayton. Alex Dayton, make sure he's okay. Just looks like he is getting up. So a pair of stolen bases for Dayton, and he's back up, ready to go. Gives a nice thumbs up to the bench. Well, Westwood making some noise in the Hillers softball game. It looks like they just scored a run or two. We'll get you an update as soon as possible. That game also taking place on the turf tonight. Matt Clark running camera right down the ways from where I am here at the baseball game. Runner on third, one out, 2-2. Wind up and the pitch. Hit in the air and right side, foul out of play. Wind up and the pitch. Outside. It'll fill up the count. A good battle here between the pitchers, Arthur and Hunt. Hillers did have warm-up action. You got to imagine the leash ain't too much longer with Arthur. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Arthur. Has 4 strikeouts overall. That'll bring up Andrew Donegan. 2 outs, runner on third. Hillers hoping to prevent Westwood from manufacturing the run. 0-1 count. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Wind up in the pitch, outside. 1-1. Set to deliver. There's a strike. 1-2. He winds, he deals. Up high. Two-2 count. And there is strike three. Nice pitch there to wrap up the inning, and he'll end up striking out the side. And we will head to the bottom of the third with the score tied at 3 apiece here on HCAM. Continuing on into the bottom of the third. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. That's chopped foul, 1-1. Still in a rough at the plate for the Hillers. Ruff had an RBI single back in the first. He'll foul that one away. 0-2 remains the count. Well, some bad news for Hillers softball. Westwood has just plated 4 runs in the 5th inning. They lead it 6-2. Pitch down low, 1-2. Set to deliver. Another pitch down. 2-2 count. That'll get away from the catcher. Wind up in the pitch. And did he get him? Little chip swing there by Ruff, and it looks like he got him. One away. They'll bring up Charlie Petruni. 0 for 1 so far today. Grounded out back in the first. A pitch away, 1-0. Hunt set to deal. And this is chopped up the middle, and it was caught by the shortstop, or was it? Yes, it was. That was a nice catch. Peter Mahan to the plate. There's Elliot Harris at shortstop making that fantastic catch. That pitch fouled off, 0-1. Set to deliver. And we get a strike there, 0-2. That pitch had some movement on it. Down and away, 1-2. It's 2 outs for the Hillers, bases clear. That pitch outside, that last pitch, 2-2. He deals. And that one outside, that'll fill up the count. Leg lift and the pitch. And the walk is drawn by Mahone. That'll bring up Lucas Hodney. So it is indeed Hodney playing third base as well. And he had a beauty of a hit in the second inning. We have a stoppage here, it looks like. Oh, do we have a... So it's still Hodney at the plate. We have a pinch runner for the Hillers. And of course, you're going to pinch run for your catcher, try to protect him as this is clobbered into center field. What a piece of hitting that was. And here comes a Hiller run. And that is going to be an RBI double for Hodney. He absolutely tattooed that ball. And the fence very far back. But in some places, that would have been out of here. So the Hillers take the lead, and Sean McCann will come up to the plate. It's now a 4-3 game. How about Hodney tearing into the ball? Yeah, looking at the stats here, looks like he hasn't had a hit until today. Of course, it's only the third game of the season for the Hillers. He did have 5 at-bats, was 0 for his previous 5. But today, having a nice day, he's 2 for 2. 1-1 count on McCann. Perhaps an early candidate for player of the game is Lucas Hodney. Wind up in the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Hit in the air over towards center field. It's caught for the third out. But the Hillers get the go-ahead run. They lead it 4-3 as we head to the top of the fourth on HCAM. New pitcher on the mound for the Hillers, Drew Riesenberger, takes over for Jack Arthur as we start the top of the fourth. Stepping in for Westwood is Charles Martin, the second baseman. New pitcher on the mound for the Hillers, Drew Riesenberger, takes over for Jack Arthur. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you here tonight. Another Hiller softball update. Westwood leading now 7-2 in the fifth inning. And that is hit up the left side, throw over, and they got him. 5-3 for the out. Nice job there as Jake Quinn will step in. Good throw over by Hodney. First pitch, a strike. We'll get you the line on Arthur in just a moment. And also some stats on a Riesenberger. That pitch outside. Riesenberger, he could throw some gas. Arthur went 3 solid innings, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs, all which were earned. That pitch is in there for a strike. Had 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Riesenberger has only thrown 1 inning up until this point. So not much to talk about there, but he had a fantastic season last year. 2-2 the count. Jake Quinn grounded out his only time up in the game. That one inside, and it looks like a little too inside, full count. It's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Westwood this inning. I'm getting used to this multitasking thing. Doing camera while announcing. Can't say I've done it too much. It is not easy, but getting used to it. Quinn gonna draw the walk. So you have a runner on first. 1 out. To the plate, Thomas Teixeira. First pitch to Teixeira, a ball. Riesenberger wants a new baseball. You know, Coach Anderson has tried that a couple times. He has a good amount of arms on the roster. But a lot of the arms, such as Arthur or Riesenberger, you only want those guys pitching 3-4 innings. So you'll start one of them, let him get through the first 3, bring in the other. But Hiller's pitching definitely getting a little stronger, especially than it was last year. They had injury problems last season, but a lot of good returning players, good returning pitchers to the roster this season. It looks like we have a stoppage here. And now we're ready to continue on. Line up and the pitch. Oh, that was behind the hitter. And an easy advance for Quinn to second base. Wind up and the pitch. Oh, that hit the batter. Riesenberger a little bit wild with these last 2 hitters. That'll be something to watch. Top of the order for Westwood. The shortstop, Elliot Harris, to the plate. Harris having a nice day. He has walked, scored a run, and singled, as well as stolen a base today. Swing and a miss. 0-1. And he gets a piece of this up the left side foul. So now it's 2 on, 1 out for Westwood as they are threatening here in this top of the 4th. That's the thing I've noticed with Riesenberger. Sometimes when he comes into the game, it takes him a little while to get his control down. But once he does, he could be a force. A pitch slightly high, 1-2. Line up and the pitch. Hit in the air towards center field, and it looks like it is going to be a catch. Nice diving catch there. And what a job by Pedroli snatching that one up. 2 away. And that'll bring up Bertone. First pitch to Jonathan Bertone is a strike, 0-1. Set to deliver. Gets a piece of this one up the middle. Throw to first. 6-3, 4 out number 3. And the Hillers get out of the jam. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th with the Hillers leading 4-3 on HCAM. Bottom of the 4th inning. Coming up to the plate, Derek Hatherley due up. Still out there on the mound, Devin Hunt. It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Hillers. Hatherley has walked so far today. There's a strike. And he thought about it, but just was able to hold up. 2-1. And the Hillers softball game, it's now 7-4, so the Hillers got a couple back, but in the 6th inning, it sounds like Westwood making some more noise with the bats. Lined up and the pitch. And the walk is drawn by Hatherley. So Hatherley down to first. That's going to bring up Jack Gallego, the left fielder. And we're going to get a mound visit, possibly a pitching change. We will indeed get a pitching change for Westwood. So that'll end the day for Devin Hunt. And it looks like coming in for Westwood is going to be Elliot Harris. So Harris will move over from shortstop and take over on the mound for Hunt. And we will step aside here in the bottom of the 4th on HCAM. just about ready to continue on here in the bottom of the fourth with the new pitcher. Let's get you the line on Devin Hunt, the starter for Westwood. He went 3+ innings, giving up 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. And now, second pitcher of the game for Westwood, as there's a strike. Elliot Harris is out there. Jack Gallego at the plate. Hatherley at first after jarring a walk. Checking at first, runner back safe. New shortstop for Westwood is Brendan Senjic. Harris moving over from shortstop to take over on the mound. There's a bunt and a slow roller. Throw to first, and they will get the runner at first, but he gets the job done as Hatherley advances into scoring position. So 1-3 on the out. Top of the order for the Hillers. Dangerous top of the order. Keenan McDonald to the plate. He's reached on a fielder's choice and has been hit by a pitch. Time called. He'll have a word with his catcher. Behind the plate, that's Jonathan Bertone. And he will get a piece of this one up the right side. Throw to first, they'll get the out. But Hatherley advances to third. So now a runner on third and 2 outs. Nick Pajoli coming up to the plate. Line up in the pitch. Sometimes the umpire blocked from my view, so I have to wait and see what the call is. That was a ball. And hit in the air over to right field, and a diving, sliding catch, rather, by the right fielder. A nice catch there for the out. And no harm is done as Teixeira came to a dive and corralled it in. And we remain with a 4-3 score heading into the top of the 5th on HCAM. We are ready to continue on into the top of the 5th inning. Drew Riesenberger out there for another inning of work. Is coming to the plate is Alex Dayton. And that's fouled away. 0-1. There was some positional changes, looks like, for the Hillers. Davis Pishoff is the new second baseman. He takes over for Keenan as this is grounded. And right off the bat, Pishoff gets some action and gets a 4-3 out. We also now have Lang in left field. Chandler at the plate. Well, it's Chandler's spot, but we actually have a pinch hitter for Chandler. Thomas Warren is at the plate. And that is foul. 0-2. So Ryan Lang in left field. Hit in the air over towards left field, and it's caught. And making the catch, ranging all the way back, is Dylan Ruff from shortstop. 2 away. At the plate, now this is the pitcher's spot. Hit over to left field. That'll drop for a hit. And he is going to be aboard. That's number 23, trying to advance to second now. And Luke Chandler thrown out. Or correction, that was Brendan Senjic who was thrown out. So he has the single and thrown out on the reach. And that will wrap up the top of the 5th. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. A 4-3 Hiller lead on HCAM. Bottom of the 5th inning. Stepping in for the Hillers, that is Dylan Ruff. And he'll take that pitch outside. 1-0. Elliot Harris in his 2nd inning of work for Westwood. Another ball there, 2-0. Set to deal. And there's a strike. 2-1. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Hillers. Ruff, Petrucci, Mahone. Another strike. 2-2. Well, this game started off heavily in favor of Westwood. They scored 3 runs in the top of the 1st. As this is going to be hit up the left side. Throw over, and they get him. 6-3 on the out. Charlie Petrucci now set to step in. There's a strike. 0-1. Petrucci 0 for 2 so far today. And he puts this up the left side. Gloved by the shortstop. Throw to first. And they got him. Nice throw over. 2 away. Westwood trying to make quick work of this bottom of the 5th. Stepping in is Peter Mahone. That was a good throw by Brendan Senjik. There's a strike. Right up in the pitch. Another strike there, 0-2. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 they go. To the top of the 6th we go. It is the Hillers 4, Westwood 3 here on HCAM. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. New pitcher for the Hillers. Third pitcher of the day. Sean McCann in there to try to close things out. 2 up for Westwood. Is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Donegan, Martin, and Quinn. Drew Riesenberger had a couple of strong innings of relief. And now the late inning reliever for the Hillers, who can throw all kinds of speed. Sean McCann going to try to close it out. At the plate, Andrew Donegan, first pitch up high. 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. This is McCann's first appearance on the hill this season. A little outside there, 2-1. Two-one pitch. Grabs the outer corner, 2-2. Riesenberger went 2 innings relief, giving up 1 hit and 1 walk, and that's it. Bit of an interesting move, taking Riesenberger out. But so far so good, as Donegan strikes out, 1 away. Swing and a miss. That'll bring up Charles Martin. Hillers softball update. Westwood up big, 10-4 in the 7th inning. And they are still in the top of the 7th. Westwood continuing to hit. Line up and the pitch. There's a strike. Well, we talked with Coach Alberry about the Hillers softball team, and you can catch that interview right now on our website, hcam.tv, but it'll also air on HCAM Sports Talk as well as HCAM News this week. 0-2 count as that pitch grabbed the outer corner. And they have an interesting pitching situation. They have young pitchers, but they are coming along pretty well. They had their first 2 games, they pitched really well. But Westwood softball, they are a big threat this season. They have a lot of good returning players and certainly going to be a tough team. And they also have one of the best pitchers in the state, and certainly one of the best in the TVL, as that pitch inside, 2-2. But you can hear all about it on our interview with Coach Alberry, available now at hcam.tv. This is hit in the air. Could be trouble, but it won't be. It is caught by the left fielder. Good catch there for the out. Two away. That was Lang making the catch. Ryan Lang. Here's Quinn to the plate. First pitch outside, 1-0. There's a strike. There's the 1-1. 1-2 the count. So, 2 bars. What's going on? What? Okay. You want to use my phone to call him? Sure. Wind up and the pitch. 2-2. That pitch a little bit high and outside. And this is chipped up the left side, foul. Styling. McCann working from the stretch. And this is going to be up the right side. Throw to first, gets away. So Quinn will reach on the error. Bit of a tough play to make. I guess it could be debatable if it was an error, but since it was a rough throw, I'm going to score one. So it'll be a runner on first, 2 outs for Westwood. And Teixeira coming to the plate. First pitch of ball, 1-0. And that one in there for a strike. 1-1. Outside. Two and one count on Teixeira. And that's going to get away from the catcher. Runner from first advances to second. That pitch a little bit wild. 2-2. Excuse me, 3-1 the count. Well, Westwood has some life. Only a 1-run game. They got a runner in scoring position. And McCann going to take his time. Teixeira steps out. Ooh, just inside, and Teixeira draws the walk. Top of the order for Westwood. And we have a stoppage here. Coach Anderson going to have a chat with McCann. Coming up to the plate is Harris, Elliot Harris. Harris has had a pretty good day. Walked, singled, scored a run, and stole a base. Well, it looked like this inning was going to be a bit of a breeze for McCann, but not so much. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. And Harris squaring the bunt. Pulls back the bunt. And up the middle, slow roller, throw to first is high, it'll get away. And here comes the game-tying run. An errant throw by McCann allows Harris to reach and allows Westwood to score the game-tying run. As Quinn comes around, Teixeira advances all the way to third, and that one certainly hurts for the Hillers. Westwood not going down without a fight. Coming up now is Jonathan Bertoni. Westwood still a big chance to take a lead here. And this is going to be fielded by the shortstop. Throw over to first. They get the out. 6-3 for the out, but not before the Westwood Wolverines tie the game up. It's 4-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th on HCAM. We are set to continue on into the bottom of the 6th inning. A 4-4 game. Lucas Hodney at the plate. There's a strike. Well, the Hillers were leading for really the last 3 innings. Westwood able to come up with the game-tying run in that top of the 6th, courtesy of an errant throw by McCann over to first base. Pulled the first baseman off the bag and allowed everybody to advance. So the Hillers have some work to do here. Lucas Hodney having a good day. He is 2 for 2. Hodney, McCann, Hatherley due up. And this is going to be hit in the air, left side, and foul. 2-2 count. Still out there on the mound, Elliott Harris in his second inning of work. And this is ripped up the middle, but fielded by the shortstop. Good throw over. 6-3 for out number 1. Sean McCann set to step in. And he'd like to make up for that throwing mistake with perhaps a nice hit here. He's 1 for 1 and has actually, correction, 1 for 2 is singled and flown out. Swing and a miss. Here's the 0-1. Softball update. Westwood gets the victory over the Hillers by a final of 12-6. Hillers softball first loss of the season. They are now 2-1. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for McCann, 2 away. Derek Hatherley set to step in. And he's going to bunt. Slow roller. Throw to first, and they will get him with ease. 1-3 for out number 3. And we head to the top of the 7th with the game knotted at 4 apiece here on HCAP. All right, we are ready to continue on. To the top of the 7th we go. A 4-4 game. Very much anyone's ball game still. Due up for the Westwood Wolverines, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Dayton, Chandler, and Hunt. To face Sean McCann, who's now out there for his 3rd inning of work. Or correction, actually, that is his 2nd inning of work. First pitch to Dayton, a little outside. 2-0 the count. Looks like we have Mitch Simulus now catching. 2-1. Set to deliver. Inside. 3-1. Well, if you're McCann here, you need to keep your calm. Obviously, he had the throwing error that allowed Westwood to score the game-tying run. But don't let it bring you down as this is hit up the left side. Throw over to first. And the throw, did it get away? Yes, it did. The throw was in the zone where the first baseman should have been able to corral that in, Hatherley, but it gets by him. So now you have a runner on first, no outs, with Chandler coming to the plate. But it was a pretty good throw by Hodney. He should have been able to corral that one in, but it looks like he just had a hard time picking it up. Bunt pulled back, and it'll get away from the catcher. A wild pitch allows the advancement of Dayton. So the go-ahead run now in scoring position for Westwood. There's a strike. 0-2 the count. This would be a huge strikeout here and great for McCann's mentality if he can get it. Up high. Throw down to second. Runner slides back safe. Been quite the action-packed game here today. Good back-and-forth battle between these TV large rivals. And we'll see if we're able to avoid extras or not. Line up and the pitch. Oh, that hit him. This is not a good situation for McCann and the Hillers. 2 on and no outs. Coming up to the plate, you have Devin Hunt. First, we're going to get some words of confidence to McCann from Simulus. And batting in Hunt's spot, it's actually Brendan Senjic. This will be his second plate appearance of the evening since he came in to take over at shortstop. Two on, no outs for Westwood. First pitch to Senjic is going to be a ball. So Hillers softball, they wrapped up their game. And Westwood got the win in that one, 12-6. As that's fouled off. 1-1. Working from the stretch is McCann. Haven't seen any warm-up action for the Hillers. Outside. 2-1 the count. Well, McCann working up his pitch count. He's thrown 36 pitches so far. Set to deliver. Fouled away. 2-2. Wind up and the pitch. Ooh, a little low. That'll fill up the count. So full count on Senjik. Already runners on first and second. You really don't want to lose this hitter here. Check it at second, runner back safe. McCann just needs to zero in on that target. And the walk is drawn, bases loaded for Westwood. Bases loaded, no outs for the Wolverines. Now you got Andrew Donegan coming up to the plate. He's certainly a threat. And a sacrifice RBI in the first and has struck out twice. Wind up and the pitch. A little low. Oh no, they in their first strike, excuse me. There's strike two. At the plate, that's actually Jack Endy hitting for Donegan. Swing and a miss. A very well needed out for the Hillers there. One away. Due up next, Charles Martin. Bases remain loaded for Westwood. There's a bunt, and it was fouled off. Runners will retreat. Don't be surprised if Westwood really goes to try to manufacture that run here. Wind up and the pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. McCann from the stretch. Ooh, little inside. 1-2. Hit in the air, that is left side, and it is caught for the out. Runner from third stays put. Nicely done there. 2 away. And the Hillers 1 out away from getting out of an enormous jam. Stepping to the plate is Jake Quinn. Nice pitch. There's a strike. Grabs the inner corner. Set to deliver. Hit in the air, left side foul. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. McCann from the stretch. Just outside 1-2. Breaking pitch hit up the left side, throw to first, and they got him! Hillers get out of the jam! At one point it was no outs, bases loaded, but then McCann stepped it up, struck out Jack Endy, and then they fly out by Martin, and Quinn grounds out 5-3. The game remains tied at 4 apiece as we head to the bottom of the 7th on HCAM. Okay, go.
Hi, family! Hi, Grandma! Hi, Kristen! Hi, Brigham! Okay, thank you. Thank you! Oh, oh, oh my goodness.
Welcome back in to the Heller baseball field here down at the turf. Bottom of the 7th. A 4-4 game. And at the plate hitting is Lang. Ryan Lang hitting in the spot of Jack Gallego as he took over in left field. 0-2 count. Still out there on the mound for Westwood is Elliot Harris. Well, Hiller's defense got out of a bases-loaded, no-outs jam. Let's see what they could do here. Hit up the left side, throw over to first, and they get him. 5-3 for out number 1. And now it's top of the order for the Hillers. Looks like we're going to have Davis Pishoff come to the plate. Saw Callie Arthur during the break giving a shout out as The softball team was leaving after a tough loss today, but plenty of season to go. As here's a bunt up the left side, and is it going to be foul? Yes, it will. Well, Bischoff has a lot of speed. Don't be surprised if they try to bunt once again. Little inside there, 1-1. Set to deliver. There's a strike. One and two the count. Hit in the air, fouled off to the right side beyond the protective netting. Count remains 1-2. And this is hit foul up the left side. Good battle here. Bischoff continuing to battle here in his pinch hit appearance for Keegan McDonald. This is up the left side, and it'll be bobbled by the third baseman. Bischoff is aboard with one out. And that is going to bring up the dangerous Nick Pedroli. Pedroli 0 for 3 today. He's due. And one count. There is warm-up action for the Hillers in case we should go to extra innings. Check in at first, and did they get him? No, just back in time. That was close. Gotta be careful. It's the last thing you would want in this situation is to get picked off. He'll check in again, and he's back safe. Harris set to deal. Outside. 1-1. This game close to the 2-hour mark. Checking at first. Bischoff slides back safe. Wind up and the pitch. And this is going to be hit up the middle, glove by the shortstop. And I believe, did they get the out at second base? It doesn't look like they did. And it looks like everybody reaches. Wow, that was an opportunity to double them up. They try to get the out at second, but Pishoff gets in there. And then they throw over to get Pedroli, but he comes flying up the line, and everybody's safe. Or no, we're going to have, they're going to say fielder's choice. So they are going to say that Pishoff was out. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice that allows Pedroli to reach. So there is 2 outs. And at the plate you have Dylan Ruff. Hit in the air, right side, and it is caught for the out. In foul territory, and we are heading to extra innings. With the score, Westwood 4, the Hillers 4. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Baseball on HCAM. Bonus baseball time up next. Welcome back. Top of the 8th inning, a 4-4 game. Coming up for Westwood, the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Line up in the pitch to Teixeira, and he hits him. Teixeira aboard at first base. That'll bring up the top of the order. Elliot Harris, who has pitched wonderfully in relief, stepping in. Elliot Harris, he's really saved this game for Westwood. Devin Hunt did have a solid start, pitched 3 solid innings, but Harris came in and put an absolute stop to the Hillers doing much further damage. They did score a run in the 6th, but that was largely in part due to a couple errors. That pitch outside by McCann, who is now in his 3rd inning of relief. You wonder what the leash is on him. The Hillers do have warm-up action. So I can't imagine the leash will be much. There's a strike, 2-1. That pitch down low, runner from first, taking off, and he's safe. Stolen base for Teixeira. 3-1 count on Harris. Runner in scoring position for Westwood. And the walk is drawn by Harris. Oh, I'm surprised no one's coming out of the bench area yet, but it looks like they're going to leave McCann in. At the plate, Jonathan Bertoni. That bunt pulled back. 0-1. It was a strike. Coach Anderson has a lot of faith in McCann. I mean, he battled back from a bases loaded, no out situation last inning, and he certainly is a battler. Let's see if he could do it here. Slightly outside there, 1-1. Set to deliver, hit in the air, and it is foul. 1-2. McCann winds and deals. Nice breaking pitch. And he gets some swinging. A big out there. One away. 2 on, 1 out for Westwood. Coming up to the plate, Alex Dayton. Line up in the pitch. That one in there for a strike, grabs the outer corner. The 0-1. And time called, late timeout. Well, this has been a fun game, as you would expect in this TVL large matchup. Hopkinton and Westwood, they've had some wild ones over the years. There's strike 2. McCann winds and deals, and over to the left side. Glove by the shortstop. Throw to first. They get him, but the runners advance. Or did they get him? No, they called him safe. Excuse me. I wonder if that throw might have pulled the first baseman off the bag. But it is going to be a single. They're scoring at a single, so just great speed coming up the line by Dayton to beat that one out. Now you got Chandler coming to the plate, Luke Chandler. Bases loaded, 1 out for the Hillers. And that pitch a little high and inside, 1-0. I guess a little piece of good news for the Hillers, and certainly you hope that you can just get out of this jam and not give up any runs, but if you happen to, they will have their 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Hit in the air, right side, foul. One and one the count. That hit him, and that'll bring in a run. Well, that is the last thing you wanted to do there if you were McCann. An automatic run there as Teixeira comes around from third to score. Harris up to third, Dayton to second, Chandler to first, and Hunter coming up to the plate for Westwood, but we're going to have a pitching change before that happens. So that'll be the end of the day for Sean McCann. And it looks like coming in to pitch for the Hillers will be number 19, and we'll tell you who that is when we get back. You are tuned in to Hiller Baseball on HCAM. Welcome back in. James Hayward taking over on the mound for Sean McCann. His first pitching appearance of the season. And stepping in for Westwood, you have Brendan Senjic. Wolverines have already captured the lead. It's now a 5-4 game here in the top of the 8th. Westwood does have the bases loaded and only 1 out, so they would like to add some insurance here. First pitch from Hayward, a strike. And squares the bunt, and now the catcher gonna chase down the runner from third, and he will hold on to the baseball as the runner slides back. That was a smart effort there by Mitch Simulus. Not trying to throw to third. Ball may get away. You don't want any kind of error. The Hillers have had a couple fielding mishaps this evening. And that is going to get away from the catcher. A wild pitch. Another run scores. Harris comes around to make it a 6-4 game. Up to third goes Dayton. Chandler to second. And Westwood is in business. Now pitch outside, 3-1. Still got runners on second and third. If you're the Hillers, you really want to try to get out of this with no further damage. At least give yourself a shot in the bottom of the eighth. Hit in the air, and it is caught by Hayward. 2 away. Stepping in, Andrew Donegan. That's Thomas Warren, who Westwood has at second base. A pitch outside. Here's the 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1. Little outside, 2-1. From the stretch. Just outside, 3-1. Oh, correction, that's a strike, 2-2. Just grab that outer corner, says the home plate umpire with the late call. Swing and a miss. That'll do it for the top of the eighth, but not before Westwood plates a pair. And they have the lead 6-4 heading to the bottom of the eighth on HCAM. We continue on to the bottom of the eighth inning. Elliot Harris remains in the game in relief. He has been tremendous since coming in for Devin Hunt. And this is his 5th inning of work as Charlie Petruni set to step in. And Petruni tears into this one over to the left side, and it's caught for the out. Nice catch by the left fielder. I'll tell you, folks, when you're facing the field, sometimes it's easy to mistake your right from your left as far as the baseball diamond is concerned. Peter Mahone set to step in. There's a strike. It's actually a pinch hitter at the plate. Mitch Simulus is hitting. Well, Simulus took over as catcher, actually, a couple innings ago. And Simulus going to pop this one up right side, and it is caught. 2 away. Hillers down to their final out. Lucas Hodney to the plate. There's a strike. Well, you got to give big credit if you're Westwood to Elliot Harris. He has pitched remarkable in these few innings of relief he has had. A swing and a miss, 0-2. Hillers down to their final strike. And he certainly has to be the player of the game if Westwood is able to hang on. He's gone 4 2/3 up to this point. 2 strikeouts. Looking for another strikeout here to end the game, and that is hit in the air foul. Harris also contributed with the bat. Had a single, pair of walks, scored a run as well, scored the go-ahead run, and will get the win here as Hodney strikes out, and the Wolverines come from behind to get the victory over the Hillers by a final score of 6-4. An impressive win for Westwood. The Hillers fall to 1-2 on this season. And the Westwood Wolverines get a big win here tonight as they take the game in extra innings by a final score of 6-4. And Westwood improves to 2-1 on their young season. Elliot Harris, the winning pitcher, your player of the game for the Wolverines as the Hillers fall in extra innings by a final of 6-4. That is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight. A big thank you to the HCAM crew. Worked hard all day covering softball, outdoor track, and baseball. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. We hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, thank you for watching. Take care, and goodbye.